that's because when the mouth is shut, like the lips move up, so there is more distance right there. And it might also just be the physics of opening up your mouth that it all kind of like, I don't even know. It's just how it is. Like here's the nose, and so you put your mouth open, and then I usually just don't have the chin quite as big. But I still try to give it some volume there, like if it were a guy, you know what I mean, like the jawbone. I still give it some weight, but it's just that the angle is more upward, you know what I mean? Rather than, I'm having a bad time explaining this. Rather than like when it's shut. Wow. That's what it is. I think that's criminal that they're handing those things out for free. No offense, but it's like, that's not good. Okay, so with this person's mouth open, you see that their chin is in fact a little lower, but the distance between the lower lip and the chin is shorter. So it seems like that does happen a bit. I could just be, you know, hallucinating, but yeah. What are some other difficulties with facial movement or muscles or expressions?
Drawing the same character from different angles.
And still making them look like the same character? That one is hard. That's basically what this is all about. Like, why don't I show you a little thing about guys versus girls? It's a little thing about, not the birds and the bees, luckily. But like, so side view dude is going to have this strong brow, going to have a strong nose, and thinner lips, bigger chin, pronounced bone structure. He's just deformed by testosterone. I'm so mean. And then the nice big neck. So if I want to draw this, so what are some features about this guy? Well, he's got sort of like the bridge of his nose is right there. It kind of goes downward after that. The nostrils go a little bit up. The mouth has very little variation. It's not very M-shaped. It just goes down slightly. Lips are thin. Chin is very like square-shaped. And his eyes are very deep set. So if I were to draw him straight on, I would have him, and I usually do character design side view first. I don't know why. It just seems like the easiest way for me to figure somebody out. And so, so let's see. So now straight on, he's got smaller eyes than I'm used to normally drawing. Very like, you know, flat eyes. And then he's got these really pronounced eyebrows. And I really want them to show that they're poking out at us. So I make them low, and I also can make some shading here below the eye to show that as well. Oh, I guess it kind of went up higher, huh? Like more Spock-like. Yeah, see, so you just keep adjusting and you keep looking back and forth, and this takes practice too, you know? So then with his nose, his bridge was about right here, and then the bottom's about right here. And remember, the point went down, so I don't really want to see too much of his nostril. But he seems like he's got a skinny nose that just pokes out really far. So I'll try and draw like the bridge of the nose a little bit. And then, I don't know, sometimes I can do some shading if it possesses me. It's hard for me to render stuff, so I don't do very much usually. And then with his mouth, it's kind of lower, it's kind of straight. You know, it's no, this guy means business, basically. And then, he has a lower chin than that, though. He has a more, like, pointy chin, I'd say, and then he doesn't really look the same, actually. But part of that, I think, is that you just kind of have to draw the character a lot of times before you can really make him look consistent. But yeah, see, so that you just kind of have to think about things in a 3D way and how they would translate. And I really highly, highly recommend you doing character sheets and just draw them at all different angles and expressions. And it won't look the same on all of them, but you'll learn from it so that it will later on, you know. Or wait, he has more like square hair. And his hair is slicked back, that's right. Sometimes I just default to my own hair. I'm very like self-absorbed, I guess. This guy looks bad. Man, don't screw with him.
Looks like my dad.
Uh-oh.
What do you think?
Alright, so yeah, don't mess with this man. Alright, another question about facial expression.
Drunkenness.
Drunkenness?
Yeah.
10 minutes? Drunkenness. Oh, actually, I can tell you some good stuff there. I've actually never been drunk, but I know what you're talking about. There's some good facial expressions involved. Okay, so if they're gonna be drunk, the top lid is gonna be a little flatter. The bottom lid is gonna dip a little bit, and it'll be more towards the outside like that, like I'm drunk. And the way that it really helps is where the iris is. Okay? If I did the iris right in the middle, he just look like he's looking down. But if you have the iris so that it's somewhat covered up by the upper lid, and then maybe even show some white below the lid, then he's gonna look a little more tired, you know what I mean? And then, like, you can draw this little fold above the eye that makes him look even tireder. And then here's his eyebrow, and he's trying to act like he's awake. And so what you do is you kind of lift the eyebrow a little bit, because the eyebrow is trying to lie, but the eye is telling the truth. So he's like, no, I'm awake. I feel like I'm like in a Mothers Against Drunk Driving lesson or something. That's not what I mean. But let's see. Whoa! It's dark. All right. I guess we're doing the same guy I just drew. So now the mouth is going to be really low, right? So you want to. It's going to be kind of drippy on the bottom. And you're going to see the bottom teeth instead of the top teeth. Because he's like, I'm not drunk. I'm feeling all right, I think. I'm serious. Because you try to make up for it, right? You try to make up for what you want to cover up. That's the best part of expression is when you when the person is trying to conceal things. That's when it really is poignant for the people who look at the expression. Because it's what people really do, you know. They're very rarely happy, you know, or especially they're never scared. They're always like, oh, you know, like they're like angry and scared at the same time, or frustrated. You know what I mean? Like it's always a combination. So let's see. You know, or they're so there's always a lot. Yeah. Anyway, this guy doesn't really look drunk. You probably should. I should have like done this actually. Should have. The joy of computer drawing. His hair was back, but then slicked back, but then like some of it came forward. And that's never good. That means you are definitely drunk, okay?